Something is not adding up, and this time, it's not just internet gossip. Because late last night, while most people were asleep, a story quietly started spreading behind the scenes, not on major news, not on official reports, but in whispers. The kind of whispers that usually come before something explodes. And now, those whispers are turning into something much darker. We're talking about sudden silence, deleted posts, urgent phone calls, and one shocking claim that has everyone asking the same question. Did something really happen between Porsha Williams and Todd Tucker that night? Because according to what insiders are hinting at, it wasn't just a normal encounter. It wasn't just drama. It wasn't just reality TV tension. They're saying there were consequences. Serious ones. And when alleged test results started circulating in private group chats, everything changed. At first, people didn't believe it. Fake, some said. Clout chasing, others laughed. But then, something even more disturbing happened. Todd Tucker's name started trending, not for business, not for TV, but for something far more serious. Arrest rumors. No confirmation. No official statement. Just pure chaos. And in the middle of it all, Porsha's silence. Not a denial, not a response, just cryptic posts that only made things worse. Now fans are split. Some are saying, she tried to warn us. Others are asking, what is she not saying? And if even a fraction of this is true, then what really happened that night might be bigger than anyone imagined. Because this isn't just drama anymore. This is something else. And trust me, you're not ready for what comes next. Before this situation spiraled into what we're seeing now, there was already tension brewing beneath the surface, the kind of tension people felt, but couldn't fully explain. Because if you've been following Porsha Williams for a while, you already know, controversy has never been far from her name. From explosive arguments on reality TV to emotional breakdowns that played out in front of millions. Porsha has always been someone who lives her truth out loud. No filter. No holding back. But here's the thing most people forgot. She also has a history of dropping subtle hints before things blow up. Little comments. Cryptic captions. Moments where she looks straight into the camera and says something that doesn't make sense at the time, but later, it hits different. And that's exactly why fans are now going back, rewatching old clips, replaying interviews, searching for signs they might have missed. Because now, everything feels connected. Now enter Todd Tucker. At first glance, Todd wasn't even supposed to be part of Porsha's narrative like this. He was known for his own journey, his own relationships, and most importantly, his marriage to Kandi Burruss, a relationship that itself had its fair share of public scrutiny. Fans remember the whispers around their marriage, the rumors, the arguments that almost felt too real for TV. And let's not forget, people have always questioned what really goes on behind closed doors when the cameras stop rolling. So when Todd's name suddenly started getting linked to Porsha, it didn't feel random. It felt inevitable. Like two worlds that were always dangerously close to colliding, finally did. But here's where things get even more unsettling. According to people claiming to be close to the situation, there were moments, long before any of these current rumors, where Porsha allegedly hinted at being betrayed by someone she never expected. Not directly naming Todd. Not confirming anything. Just enough to make people wonder. One alleged insider even claimed that during a private gathering, Porsha said something chilling. I trusted the wrong person, and it cost me more than I can explain. At the time, nobody thought much of it. People assumed it was just another emotional moment, another vague statement lost in the noise of celebrity drama. But now, that same quote is being reposted everywhere. And suddenly, it doesn't sound vague anymore. It sounds like a warning. Meanwhile, Todd's past is also being pulled back into the spotlight. Old interviews, old clips, even moments with Kandi that fans are now overanalyzing frame by frame. People are asking questions like, was there always something hidden? Did we miss the signs? And perhaps the most dangerous question of all, was this bound to happen? Because when you piece everything together, the history, the tension, the subtle hints, the personalities involved, it starts to feel less like a coincidence. And more like a story that's been building for a long time. A story that nobody fully understood. Until now. And just when fans thought they were finally starting to connect the dots, that's when the situation took a turn no one saw coming. Everything changed the moment the story stopped being whispers and turned into something people could see. Because up until that point, it was all speculation, late-night discussions, messy comment sections, and fans trying to connect dots that didn't fully exist yet. But then, someone leaked something. Not a full video, not a clear statement, just a blurry screenshot. And that's all it took. According to what started circulating online, the screenshot allegedly showed a private conversation, one that mentioned Porsha Williams by name, and hinted at a night that was never supposed to become public. At first, people ignored it. It's fake. It's edited. It's just another clout stunt. But then more started appearing. Different angles, different messages, different accounts, all telling the same story. And suddenly, the internet wasn't laughing anymore. It was watching closely, because now the narrative was getting darker. One alleged message read, "Things went too far, way further than planned." Another, "She didn't know everything, not until after." And that's when panic started to spread. Because fans weren't just asking if something happened anymore. They were asking what exactly happened that night. Now here's where Todd Tucker gets pulled directly into the center of the storm. Because his name wasn't just mentioned casually. It was repeated, over and over again, attached to phrases like private meeting, unexpected situation, and the one that really set social media on fire. Everything changed after that night. Within hours, hashtags started trending. People were digging into timelines, comparing locations, even analyzing old photos to see if the two had ever been in the same place at the same time. And disturbingly, some of it started lining up. Fans pointed out a specific evening, one that, until now, seemed completely normal. A public event. Crowded. Loud. Nothing unusual. But according to these so-called insider leaks, that wasn't the full story. Because after the cameras were off, after everyone went their separate ways, something else allegedly happened. Something private. Something that was never meant to leave that room. And that's when the first real twist hit. Hard. Because just as people were trying to process the idea of that night, another claim surfaced. This one wasn't about messages. This one was about consequences. Alleged consequences. A post from an anonymous account, one that claimed to have direct knowledge, dropped a line that changed everything. Medical confirmation exists. It's real. No details. No documents. Just that one sentence. But it was enough. Because now the story wasn't just about betrayal. It wasn't just about secrets. It was about something far more serious. And far more personal. People started connecting this to Candy Burris as well, dragging her into conversations she hadn't even addressed. Fans were asking, did she know? Was she aware of any of this? Or is she finding out the same way we are, online? The situation spiraled fast. Too fast. And in the middle of it all, Porsha broke her silence. But not the way anyone expected. No interviews. No direct statements. Just one post. A simple black background with a single sentence. Sometimes the truth hurts more when it finally comes out. That was it. No names. No explanations. But the timing? It was impossible to ignore. Because it came just minutes after those alleged medical confirmation claims started trending. And that's when the internet exploded. Supporters flooded her comments. She tried to tell us. Protect her at all costs. But critics weren't holding back either. This is too vague. Say it clearly or don't say anything. Meanwhile, Todd? Silent. Completely silent. No posts. No responses. Nothing. And that silence? It made everything worse. Because now people weren't just reacting to what was being said. They were reacting to what wasn't being said. And just when it felt like the situation couldn't get any more intense, that's when the biggest twist of all started to surface. Because those arrest rumors? They weren't just random anymore. They were starting to sound specific. Just when people thought the situation had already reached its peak, that's when everything spiraled completely out of control. Because the conversation didn't slow down. It multiplied. Overnight, what started as a few viral screenshots turned into a full-blown digital storm. Every platform, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, was flooded with breakdowns, theories, and alleged insider updates. And the more people talked, the messier it got. At the center of it all was still Porsha Williams, but now the narrative around her had shifted. She wasn't just being talked about anymore. People were starting to believe her. Because new leaks began surfacing, and these weren't just random posts. These were detailed threads, claiming timelines, locations, even conversations that supposedly happened behind closed doors. One viral thread claimed, "Everything lines up. The night, the aftermath, the silence, it's all connected." Another post went even further. "There are documents. They just haven't gone public yet." And just like that, the phrase "documents exist" started trending. No one had actually seen them. No proof. But the idea alone? It was enough to push the story into a completely different level of chaos. Meanwhile, Todd Tucker's name wasn't just trending anymore. It was being questioned. Heavily. Fans began dissecting his past interviews, his recent appearances, even the tone of his old social media captions. Why does this sound different now? Was he hiding something? Go back to that clip, look at his face when they asked that question. And then came the moment that truly escalated everything. A well-known entertainment blogger, someone with a history of breaking stories early, went live. Thousands joined instantly. The energy? Tense. Unpredictable. And then, they said it. According to sources close to the situation, there may be legal discussions happening behind the scenes right now. That one sentence changed everything. Because now the rumors weren't just about personal drama anymore. They were hinting at something legal. Something serious. Within minutes, phrases like legal trouble, investigation, and possible arrest started flooding timelines. No official confirmation. No statements from authorities. But the speed at which it spread? Terrifying. At the same time, fans noticed something else. Something small, but suspicious. Todd's online presence had completely shifted. Posts disabled. Comments limited. Stories gone. It wasn't just silence anymore. It looked like damage control. And that only made people more convinced that something was happening behind the scenes. Then came another twist. Unexpected. Uncomfortable. And, honestly, hard to ignore. Because Candy Burris suddenly posted a message that, while not directly addressing anything, felt too perfectly timed to be a coincidence. Protect your peace. Not everything deserves a response. That was it. No names. No tags. But within seconds, fans connected it to everything going on. Some interpreted it as support for Todd. Others saw it as distance. And a few? They believed it was a subtle confirmation that things were far worse than anyone realized. Now the internet was fully divided. On one side, Porsha was right all along. On the other, this is getting out of control. Where's the actual proof? But here's the part that made everything even more intense. Behind all the noise, behind all the theories, people started noticing a pattern. Every time a new rumor dropped, every time a new leak appeared, there was always a small reaction from Porsha. A like, a post, a subtle message. Never direct, never clear, but always perfectly timed. And that raised a chilling question. Was she reacting to the rumors? Or was she quietly confirming them? Because if that's the case, then what everyone thought was just online chaos might actually be pieces of something real. And just when it seemed like the story couldn't get any more explosive, a new claim surfaced that made everything before it feel small. Because now, people weren't just talking about rumors anymore. They were asking if something had already happened, that no one was ready to publicly admit. The moment this story crossed from internet gossip into full-blown viral chaos, the reaction was immediate and, honestly, completely out of control. Because now, it wasn't just fans talking. It was everyone. Timelines were flooded. Comment sections were exploding. And no matter where you looked, one question kept repeating. Is this actually real? Or are we watching a rumor spiral in real time? At the center of every debate was Porsha Williams, and for the first time, the public wasn't just judging her. They were divided. On one side, supporters came in loud and emotional. She's been hinting at this for months. Nobody believed her, and now look. This is exactly why people stay silent, because no one listens until it's too late. These comments weren't just supportive, they were protective. Fans were digging up old clips, reposting interviews, even analyzing her tone in past appearances, trying to prove that she had been dropping warnings long before any of this went viral. But on the other side, the skepticism was just as intense. This is getting dangerous. Where is the actual proof? People are ruining lives over screenshots and rumors. Some fans even called out the entire situation as a manufactured narrative, accusing bloggers and influencers of pushing the story purely for views. And that's when things took another turn. Because the industry itself started reacting. Not directly, not openly, but in subtle, calculated ways. A few reality TV personalities began posting vague messages about truth, loyalty, and fake narratives. No names, no confirmations. But the timing? Way too suspicious to ignore. Then one influencer posted a tweet that went viral almost instantly. If half of what's being said is true, this might be one of the biggest reality TV scandals we've seen in years. That single post got thousands of replies within minutes. Some agreeing, some denying, but everyone engaged. Meanwhile, Todd Tucker's silence was becoming a story of its own. At first, people thought he was just avoiding the drama. But now, it felt different. Calculated. Strategic. Fans started questioning every move. Why hasn't he denied anything? Why go quiet now of all times? What is he being advised not to say? And that's where the conversation started shifting towards something even more serious. Because the word lawyer started appearing more and more in discussions. People were speculating that legal teams were already involved behind the scenes, not just for reputation management, but potentially for something bigger. No one could confirm it. But the idea alone? It added fuel to an already uncontrollable fire. And then there was Kandi Burruss. Her name kept getting pulled into the conversation whether she addressed it or not. Fans were split on her role. Some believed she knew more than she was saying. Others insisted she was completely blindsided by everything happening online. But either way, her silence, just like Todd's, was being analyzed heavily. Every post, every caption, every interaction. People were looking for clues, even in things that probably meant nothing. And that's when mainstream entertainment blogs jumped in. Carefully, cautiously. Using words like alleged, unconfirmed, and reported, but still covering the story in a way that kept it alive. Headlines started appearing. Fans speculate major fallout behind the scenes. Social media erupts over viral claims. Reality TV stars at center of growing controversy. They weren't confirming anything, but they weren't ignoring it either. And that balance? It made the situation feel even more real. Because now, the story wasn't just living on social media. It was crossing into mainstream conversation. And once that happens, there's no going back. The most intense part, though, was the emotional divide. You had fans genuinely worried, fans angry, fans confused. Some even saying they felt uncomfortable watching it all unfold in real time. Because at this point, it didn't feel like entertainment anymore. It felt personal. It felt messy. It felt like something that was still happening, not something that had already happened. And just when it seemed like the reactions couldn't get any louder, a new piece of information started circulating quietly. Almost too quietly. But those who saw it? They all said the same thing. If this is true, everything changes. Just when it felt like the chaos had reached its absolute limit, that's when everything flipped in a way no one, and I mean no one, was prepared for. Because while the internet was busy arguing, choosing sides, defending Porsha Williams or questioning Todd Tucker, something was happening quietly in the background. Something that didn't trend immediately. Something that didn't hit headlines right away. But once it surfaced, it changed the entire narrative. According to multiple insider circles, and yes, these are still unconfirmed, but shockingly consistent, there was an alleged private meeting. Not a casual conversation. Not a random check-in. A serious meeting. Behind closed doors. And the people involved? Let's just say, it wasn't just Porsha and Todd anymore. Names connected to legal advisors, close family members, and individuals tied to Candy Burruss were reportedly present. Now here's where things took a turn that nobody saw coming. Because during that meeting, again, according to these circulating claims, something was said that left everyone in the room completely silent. One alleged source described it like this: "The energy shifted instantly, like whatever was revealed wasn't supposed to come out yet." Think about that. Wasn't supposed to come out yet. That alone sent people into a frenzy. Because now the question isn't just what happened. It's what's being hidden. And then came the detail that truly shook everything. A message, reportedly from someone connected to that meeting, started circulating in private groups before leaking publicly. It read, "This isn't just about that night anymore. There's more, and if it comes out, it affects everyone. Everyone. Not just Porsha. Not just Todd. Everyone." And suddenly, the story expanded. What people thought was a two-person situation started to feel like something much bigger. Something layered. Something complicated. Fans immediately started speculating. Who else is involved? What does everyone even mean? Is this about protecting someone or exposing something? At the same time, something else happened that made the situation even more intense. For a brief moment, and we're talking minutes, an alleged document link appeared online. Most people didn't catch it. It was taken down almost instantly. But the few who claim they saw it? They're all saying the same thing. It confirms something, but not in the way we expected. No screenshots. No saved copies. Just reactions. And those reactions? Confused. Shocked. Some even saying it raised more questions than answers. Meanwhile, Porsha Williams posted again. This time, just a single line. "Truth doesn't stay hidden forever." No context. No explanation. But the timing? Once again, impossible to ignore. Because it came right after those meeting rumors and that mysterious link started circulating. And what about Todd? Still silent. Not a word. Not a denial. Not even a hint of response. And at this point, that silence is louder than anything else happening. Because now people aren't just asking if he's involved. They're asking how deep this really goes. And here's the part that should make you pause. Despite everything, the leaks, the reactions, the speculation, the alleged meetings, there is still no official confirmation. Nothing concrete. Nothing finalized. Which means one thing. Whatever the truth is, it hasn't fully come out yet. And if what insiders are hinting at is even partially real, then what we've seen so far, that's just the beginning. Because something bigger is building behind the scenes. Something that could drop at any moment. And when it does, it might not just change how you see the story. It might change everything you thought you knew about it. So now the real question is, are we watching a rumor spiral out of control? Or are we witnessing the slow release of a truth that someone somewhere is still trying to keep hidden? Now I want to hear from you. Because this situation involving Porsha Williams and Todd Tucker has completely split the internet, and everyone seems to have a different version of what they believe is really happening. Some people are convinced this is just another overblown social media rumor cycle, a story built from screenshots, timing, and speculation that got out of control. But others genuinely believe there's something deeper going on behind the scenes, something that hasn't fully come out yet, something being carefully controlled or delayed. And that's where your opinion matters. Do you think this is just internet drama being exaggerated for views? Or do you believe there are still hidden truths that haven't been revealed yet? Drop your thoughts in the comments. No neutral takes this time. Pick a side. And let's talk about this too. If more leaks come out in the next days, should people trust them? Or has this entire situation already crossed the line where nothing online can be taken at face value anymore? I'll be reading every comment because your opinion could shape the direction of the next update. And if you want the next part, the moment that insiders are calling the real turning point in this entire story, then you already know what to do. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Because what drops next might change everything again.